Welcome back. Today we're going to do a real quick edit of a photo I took a while ago of a buddy. If you don't know who I am David James Visuals, and I just like to give informative information out to the YouTube community on editing photos. I believe taking the photo is half the work and then editing it is the other. So hopefully these are good and hopefully they help you out. Let me know if they do. Let me know if they don't. And hopefully we can fix that. So today, yeah, I'm going to show you maybe how to make photos look a little more dramatic if they come out a little flat. Again, we're going to be shooting RAWs like always. I suggest if you're not shooting RAWs yet, do so. Most cameras have it. Most SLRs. Almost all SLRs, digital SLRs. So just to get some setup, this was shot in a parking garage. Very dark, very crappy sodium orange lights. But what I did is I brought two flashes, two speed lights, two cheap speed lights, and I had one behind him, and you can see that rim light around him, right there and right there. And then I also had one in a softbox, camera right, hitting his side of his face and his body. You can kind of see the fall off because it's kind of dark right here, down here, and then it's a little more light over here. So settings for this were 5D Mark II again. Shot at 320 ISO, and I shot the 70-200. I love that lens. I say that a lot. Shot it at 2.8 and 1/100th of a second. So this is kind of an edited version, but let's go ahead and reset it. Start from scratch. Now look at that. Quite flat, quite boring. If you look at the smoke, however, which was just breath, just him breathing. He wasn't smoking anything. Just a really cold night in Oregon. You can see colors in there. It's kind of cool. I think the colors are from stuff bouncing off of the ceiling, signs, and also just from the flash. So we're going to try to pull those out a lot more and really accentuate them. So what I'm going to start with my exposure. It's not really, I'm probably going to leave my exposure where it's at. I kind of like what I had exposed it to originally in camera. But we'll go down here to shadows. Maybe throw a little more shadows in there. Just a little bit of blacks. Clarity, I'm going to throw just a little bit up to 15% or plus 15. Vibrance, I'm not going to touch. I'm going to go ahead and do all my work with brushes, mainly. Scroll down here. Sharpening, I'm going to put a little in my photo. Vignette, I'm going to add just a little bit. Really only -5, not much. So white balance is next. Let's grab this little eyedropper tool. Let's make sure that this auto dismiss is deselected. And what that's going to do, as I described in another video, is if you just click once, it goes away and you have to go click it again. But if it's deselected, you can go ahead and click away and be crazy and just, you know, find a spot that you like for white balance. So I'm going to go ahead and grab a reading off of something. Maybe the smoke. Yeah, that's not too bad. We'll try that. It's a little on the cool side, so I'm going to warm it up a little. And that's good enough. Maybe add a smidge of magenta. No, I'm fine with that. Maybe cool it down a little. That's good enough. So let's go ahead and grab a brush now. Going to clear it out and throw clarity up on it. I'm going to go over this smoke. I really like the smoke. It's cool. And you can already see what that did. Oh, gotta undo that. Okay, so that right there. I'll go back. You can see already what that clarity, just the clarity does to that smoke. It really just grabs contrast and throws everything, a lot of detail into the darks, and it just brings out a lot of clarity. So let's grab saturation, same brush on this smoke. I'm gonna throw it up. And you can already see that we're getting some crazy rainbow colors and whatnot that were already in that smoke. Honestly, it's cool. I love it. I suggest you go try it. Get a camera, get an off-camera flash, and just throw it at somebody shooting out smoke or something. Okay, so I'm not done with this smoke yet. Let's warm it up a little. Maybe brighten it. No, that's good enough. I'm going to leave that, grab another brush, and I'm going to do exposure for this one. And I'm going to start working on his vest here. Maybe the bottom of his pants as well. Bring the exposure down a little. Grab that clarity, bring it up. Kind of makes his jacket and his pants look a little more metallic-y. That's okay with me. Grabbing another brush. Gonna go on this side now. Get rid of the exposure, throw some clarity in there, and maybe bring it up just a little. Come out of the shadows. That's good enough. Grabbing a new brush. Let's go ahead over here on his hat, maybe on the blacks of his V-neck, deep V-neck, dirty deep V. Grab clarity, throw it up, maybe grab a little more exposure, throw it in there. Not too much. I want the darks to be pretty dark, so just a lot of clarity. That's good enough for me. Grabbing a new brush, and let's go ahead and clear that out and throw clarity. And I'm going to paint this background. I like this kind of little light that was falling off on the cement. It's kind of cool, getting some textures in there. So maybe back around behind him, maybe a little up here on that, maybe on this back wall behind him, and that's good enough. Let's grab even more clarity. Cool, that's looking pretty good. Gonna leave that, grab a new brush, and I'm gonna work on the darks now. And I'm gonna clear that out, and I'm gonna make it darker. Kind of make the darkness a little more edgy. Maybe behind him a little. Kind of just add in more contrast to this photo. Sure, that's looking good. Maybe here. And I'm gonna do a little less intense. That's good enough. Okay, let's zoom in on him. And we can see this crazy thing right here that most people are going to assume that it is a big-ass hickey. But word is he got burned by a curling iron when he was a little kid. Something like that. So let's just get rid of it. Grabbing this little tool right here. And I'm going to see what we can do just in Lightroom. That does not look good. Oh, that's looking better. And let's see. You know what? There you go. Got rid of it. Very amazing. Gonna grab another brush with clarity up a little. I'm gonna maybe go around his face just a little. And that's good enough for me. Grabbing a new brush. Gonna work on his hair. Clarity. That's gonna bring out a lot more blacks in the hair. A lot more contrast. Maybe even go down on his little hairs he has on his chin. That's good enough for me. Let's zoom out. We're starting to look good. Let's go ahead and look at what we had before. There's the raw. And it's noticeably flat. And again, that's expected. And so let's go ahead and look at the edited so far. Crazy. Lots been done. I think it could be a little warmer, the overall image. Not too much. That's good enough. So this is a very fast edit, and you know I just showed quite a lot of tools you can use in Lightroom. It has a lot of useful features just alone, that fixing that little just blemish, saving time from going into Photoshop and then back to Lightroom. It's a big time saver when you're working on big batches of photos, whether that be weddings or events or commercial shoots or whatever. You know, Lightroom has a lot of tools that you can use to bring out the detail that you want, essentially. You don't need Photoshop. Photoshop is great for some things, and I do use it, but you don't always need it. So, yeah, hopefully I kept this one under 20 minutes. Guys, I appreciate you watching. I appreciate you subscribing, liking the Facebook page, commenting. You guys are the reason that I do these. So continue to watch them, share them, go to my Facebook page, yada, yada, yada. I really appreciate you guys. I'm going to be doing some more videos in the future, like I say, have been saying forever, of me shooting and with a camera, with off-camera flash, posing, and all of that great jazz. So stay tuned, and thanks for watching.